Hey everybody, thanks for joining me in this latest video on the Panda channel. Well, as we get into the swing of things, we're actually going to talk about something a little bit different. It is relating to gaming, but it's actually quite a little achievement of mine that I am proud to say that I can finally squash and say is complete. As you can see behind me, even though this is a very small, little, tiny piece of my collection, I do collect for certain franchises of games.
Resident Evil.
It's been pretty much 9 years since the start of the anniversary for some items of Resident Evil that have been released and introduced, and I can proudly say that I finished it. What do I mean exactly? Well, just for starters though, Resident Evil is a very difficult game to collect for. There's tons of things collecting since '96. One of the things they did do a limited release for, and honestly I'm not the biggest collector of, is, well, Funko Pops. And I was fortunate enough to get the start of this collection, and when it came out, for almost all of it, for the exception of 2 different Funko Pops that were difficult to collect. But as you can see here, the majority of these I was able to get for $5 to $10 in the normal Funko Pop price, until I was able to pick up, obviously, my Tyrant. But then I got stuck with the last 2 that were the most difficult to find, and there's one in particular for the longest while, which is the Hunter and the variant of the Tyrant, the Target exclusive glow-in-the-dark. But we're going to slow this down. We're going to take a look at each one of these, kind of have an idea, and look into the condition of these beauties, and see what they're going for now in the going rate, as opposed to when I got it before. So, let's start with good old Nemesis, the evil, most powerful and painful and difficult enemy in Resident Evil 3. This one I did pick up normal price, $5 to $10 at the time, which 2016 is when these all kind of came out, and it actually shows all of them together in a pretty decent value box. If we look today at what it actually values at, it ranges anywhere from $70 all the way up to about $100 and $150, which is ridiculous for this one. But it is also kind of the lowest value one of, no, actually, Hunter does. And again, he's got his little bazooka, his most iconic smile and look in a Funko Pop way, with the other eye completely folded in with the skin and other things in his traditional kind of attire. The Licker, the infamous enemy from Resident Evil 2. This one in particular, with the smile of the long licking kind of face that he looks. I did get this at the normal price of $5 to $10. I believe I found this at Target. This one ranges $45 all the way up to about $100. These, of course, are getting not only just vaulted, and going to be putting protective covers on these. All right, Jill Valentine. Jill, in my opinion, I believe is the most valuable of one, depending on where you go on the sites. She kind of is. Her iconic beret and stars outfit that she wears is the full embodiment and resemblance of the protagonists of the Resident Evil franchise, and probably one of the most recognizable. With her pistol in her hand, putting her arm on her left hip, and being ready to take care of business, as well as being the next iconic sandwich for all the sandwich shops in Raccoon City, as we know that famous saying goes, of almost becoming a Jill sandwich. All right, Leon S. Kennedy for Resident Evil 4. The Jill one went from $85 to about, in some cases, $200, even $300. I never would have thought that she was as valuable Believe it or not, though, Mr. Leon Kennedy is priced even higher. I'm not seeing anything less than $170 to $300 or $400, depending on where you go, which is just shocking. But he's wearing his Resident Evil 4 attire, and he's got his... It looks like a rifle more than the shotgun, but it's probably supposed to be the shotgun. He's wearing his iconic leather jacket with his parted hair and ready to save Ashley. We've got technically 2 oversized pops. This is the Hunter, one of the most ruthless and insta-kill enemies for Resident Evil. Yeah, this Hunter is terrible, who can instantly behead you. I was able to find for a deal at GameStop, at a random GameStop in upstate New York, after they sold out everywhere. I was able to get them for about $10. Normally these oversized ones are like $20 or $30, but I did find him in the back that people did not care about. Online, he ranges anywhere from like $30 to $60. He's not very popular. Shocked. I would think he would be one of the most unique ones, but you know what? I don't know anything about Funko Pops. They're kind of a strange anomaly to me. All of these things being vaulted. And then the Tyrant is our last one. This one, I bought this at Hot Topic at the time when it did come out for the normal price of about $15. This one is the Hot Topic exclusive, mainly because of the vessels that you see throughout. He is an oversized one. The one thing that makes him very different is with this other variant, which we will get to here in a moment. The Tyrant is not the highest value one from what I'm seeing. I'm seeing this one range anywhere from $70 to, I think it's about almost $200. The Hot Topic one is very common. In fact, I have 2 of these personally. Unbeknownst to me, someone falsely advertised the other variant of the one from the third-party store in Wally World. I got him for a really good deal, which I should have suspected, and I ended up getting just another Hot Topic exclusive, because the hardest one to actually find is the glow-in-the-dark version, and it was only available at Target. The way to test this is to take a black light or even a light and charge it up, both of these at the same time, and just see if he glows in the dark after you charge it up. The hardest one, and the one that kept me from completing my collection, because really you can't have the full collection without the other variants, and in this case the variant for Tyrant came in these 2 most notably. This is the one that I pretty much spent 6 years trying to find, because I refused to spend $200, $300 to find it, until finally I got a good deal on this one. $50 for this one, because I just wanted to complete this collection. And this Tyrant was one of the toughest ones to actually find. And also, the only other Funko Pop other than these that I have collected is Surge, because Surge is the best soda in the world that we don't have. Bring it back, Coke. Well, there you have it, folks. This is the Resident Evil Funko Pop collection that took me 9 years to collect, and I'm happy to say that I finally did. Put covers on all of them, just admired from a distance, never to be touched. Collectively, I know there are collectors out there that really are striving to look for these. I think I've seen anywhere from, like, depending on which value you go on. These all are in the box. Some are probably considered damaged. Some are probably considered perfect. I think they range anywhere from like $500 to $900, maybe $1,000 as collectively. I don't know though. I've seen some ridiculous prices online, especially for like Leon and Jill Valentine for hundreds of dollars just alone. But again, that Target exclusive one, the glow-in-the-dark one with Tyrant, is the hardest one I've ever seen. Very rare, and it's what took me nearly 6 years to freaking complete this thing. We'll get back to the normal stuff. I've got some challenges coming up. I'm probably going to start streaming on Twitch Resident Evil 4. I want to do the Mad Chainsaw Mode demo challenge, which I'm going to do, and then play Resident Evil 4 Remake. So I'll probably be doing that, so feel free to join me in the super late night dad hours once the work is done for my full-time job and the kiddos down for the night, to join me for those late night gaming sessions to Resident Evil 4. I'll probably do Resident Evil 7. If
Village because I love those variations, and then I'll go through all the remakes.
And then, of course, any of the new stuff that comes out. So keep it locked and glued onto the Ant Panda channels. Feel free to subscribe and like if you enjoyed it this far. And, come hang out on twitch.tv, Ant Pandas. Have a great night. I'll catch you in the next one. Take it easy.